Welcome to Smash Writing. I'm Paul. This is Justin. Today we are back with another classic monster. And this time it is horror of Dracula. Now, we had so many Dracula films. So when you gave me this one, I kind of was like, okay, which one does this fall in line with? And then it took me to dawn this moment, no, this is actually not a. I guess it technically would be a remake, just in a different country. So over in the UK, this was just Dracula. So every time I would look this up, it was Dracula. I'm like, where is horror at? I'm trying to find it. And then finally, I read the subtitle, in the United States, it was called Horror of Dracula because they didn't want it to be associated with any type of remake and anything else like that. So, without further ado, plot.
Plot is we open with Jonathan Harker arriving at Castle Dracula. He had to walk there because his carriage rider was like, I'm not going there, are you crazy?
Which has been a theme.
And he's there in the disguise of being a librarian. What he's really there to do is end Dracula's war because he knows what Dracula is. And we meet a woman who keeps asking Harker for help. And surprise, surprise, it's a bride.
Yeah.
Who nearly bites him, but Dracula interferes and stops her around and knocks him out. And Harker wakes up in his bed. He sets out to go try to find where he is buried, where his resting grounds is. And he finds both of them, and for some reason goes for the bride first. So he takes out the bride, which wakes up Dracula, and Dracula puts him down. And some time passes, and Van Helsing shows up looking for his friend Harker. And he's able to get his journal off of the one worker. She found it outside of town or something like that. And so he knows what's going on, and he goes to the castle. He only finds the body of the bride and Harker in Dracula's grave. So he goes off to tell Arthur and Arthur's wife, Mina, what had happened. And he wants to go tell...
See, if you would just write your notes on a notebook.
Why do you think it'd be any easier? I'd still have to look through Lucy. Lucy was Harker's fiancée. He wants to go tell Lucy, but Lucy's ill. So they all decide that they're going to wait till she's better to tell her. But they're not, because Lucy's being fed on by Dracula. And the one doctor has got her diagnosed with something that's completely wrong. So she gets a second opinion from Van Helsing. And Van Helsing notices the marks on her neck and tells her, this is garlic flowers, windows closed at night. She'll be fine. Which the maid just does not care for. So when Lucy tells her to get rid of it, she gets rid of the flowers and opens the window. And Lucy's dead the next day. So Van Helsing's like, all right, here, this is what you wanted. Here's the journal. You read it for yourself then. And then they hear from little Tanya that the body of Lucy's walking around and trying to lure Tanya away. So Arthur visits the crypt and finds the crypt is gone. She's empty, and Lucy's not there. And he's there to catch Lucy trying to lure Tanya to the grave. And Van Helsing steps in with the crucifix and saves him. And then Van Helsing wants to use Lucy as a way to find Dracula, and he's like, absolutely not, so they stake her. Don't worry, though, they're going to get a second chance. Because when they're arguing at the warehouse about how to find what came in from Dracula's area, Transylvania, Mina is being tricked into going to this other location, thinking she's there to meet her husband Arthur, when she's attacked by Dracula. And they don't realize it, though, until the next night whenever they hand her a crucifix and it burns her.
That she is a vampire.
Yeah. So they're able to track down where he's at, but the coffin's already gone. And it turns out that's in the basement. Because Mina told the maid to stay out of the basement. They're able to put two and two together. Except when they run down there to confront him, he's not in there. He's upstairs kidnapping Mina. And racing off back to his home, to his castle, because they put a crucifix in the coffin so he can't get in there anymore. They get there in time as he's trying to bury her alive. Van Helsing fights with Dracula and takes him out with the sun. And that's the movie.
Yes. Vampires get taken out with the sun. Okay, so...
Not all vampires. The first Dracula did not care about the sun.
Alright, so...
Blade does not care about the sun.
Well, because Blade is a half-breed.
Blade is the Daywalker.
He is the day... But see, they established that. They established that as a Daywalker, he is half vampire, half human. So he has everybody's strengths and only one or two weaknesses, which the thirst for blood is the main weakness.
I don't want to think about his thrust. Thank you very much.
Okay. So, interesting enough with this film, I was looking at it, was like, it's in like the British top 100 films of Great Britain films of all time, number 65.
But Christopher Lee is a really good Dracula.
Yeah. I mean, you do have a good, with Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
You know, both great actors of their time. I don't know if, I think Peter Cushing is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's Van Helsing.
Yeah. But I think he's passed away as well. Christopher Lee, I know, has passed away. So you had two great British actors. I gotta admit, it did bore me.
I don't think it was as good as the first Dracula.
No.
I think it's almost too streamlined.
Yeah.
Lucy doesn't have as big of a role as she did in the first one.
Right.
Which is sad because it's not like Lucy had that much of a bigger role.
Yeah, but wasn't like when we did Dracula 1930, it was also only an hour long too.
Yeah, Lucy was deciphering the fucking journal and everything, and that's just not happening here.
Lucy was just
Not Lucy, Mina.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I just thought it was boring. You know, you had great actors, but just boring. I don't know if it's the story of Dracula itself that's boring, and they tried to stretch out into like, because I think it was like an hour and a half.
Yeah, it was like an hour and 20-something minutes.
So like I don't know. Like it's.
I don't think it's boring. I just think, I mean, if we remake versus original of this real quick, they would go to the original.
Yeah. So there's that idea done already.
Well, it's not like we're going to circle back to it.
No. Just certain films just staying away from and don't request it either. Well, no, because Dracula also has like 45 other.
Yeah, there's so many Dracula movies.
Like there's a remake for every decade. Like
yeah.
we would have to do that. Would have to be like a year long.
It would be just tournament style that kind
You
of. You
have to. It's there. I don't feel like I'm saying anything positive or negative about it. It's like it's there. So overall, what type of grade are you giving it?
C plus.
C plus.
C plus is better. It's fine. It's a good movie. Christopher Lee is really good. But at the same time, I really wouldn't really want to put it back on.
God,
I might go with the OG over it.
Oh, yeah, I think I would go with the OG over this one. I'm giving it the same grade, C. If this is number 65 on the British all-time greatest film award film list, I want to see the other like 25.
To be fair, I'm willing to bet we probably always did. There's probably a handful of those Bonds that we shit all over a while ago.
Oh my God! The next time we
Dr.
make video,
No.
next time we make videos. I'm going to have that answer, and I'm going to see if that's 100% true. Yeah, it's there. I thought it was just.
You know, Goldfinger's on there.
It better not be. I swear to God.
As long as Black Sheep and Shaun of the Dead and the Cornetto trilogy are above it, it's fine.
Speaking of the next time we're doing a classic monster movie, threw me a little bit of a curveball there for a second.
Yeah.
I had to double check to make sure I was doing my research right. So, but Horror of Dracula or Dracula in the UK, we are both giving it a C.
I'm going C plus.
C plus. All right, I'm sticking with C. It's there. It's just a little longer, a little bit boring. That's it. But until next time.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.